Karma is a word that has different meanings and interpretations in different religions and cultures. However, the common theme is that karma is a force or principle that connects one's actions and their consequences, both in this life and in future lives. In this article, we will explore the concept of karma in some of the major religions and philosophies that use it, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Taoism. In Hinduism, karma is the law of cause and effect that governs the cycle of rebirth, or samsara. According to Hindu scriptures, every living being has an eternal soul, or Atman, that transmigrates from one body to another after death. The quality and nature of one's next life depends on the accumulated karma of one's previous lives. Karma is generated by one's actions, words, thoughts, and intentions, and can be either good or bad depending on whether they are in harmony or in conflict with the moral order or dharma. Good karma leads to a higher and happier rebirth, while bad karma leads to a lower and miserable rebirth. The ultimate goal of Hinduism is to achieve liberation, or moksha, from the cycle of samsara, by attaining self-realization and knowledge of one's true nature. This can be done by following various paths such as devotion, ethics, service, or meditation. In Buddhism, karma is the volitional action that creates the conditions for one's future existence. Like Hinduism, Buddhism also teaches the doctrine of rebirth or samsara, but with some differences. For Buddhists, there is no eternal soul or self that transmigrates, but rather a stream of consciousness that is conditioned by the 5 aggregates of form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. The stream of consciousness is influenced by the karmic seeds that are planted by one's intentional actions, which can be wholesome or unwholesome, skillful or unskillful. Wholesome actions lead to happiness and well-being, while unwholesome actions lead to suffering and dissatisfaction. The goal of Buddhism is to achieve nirvana, or the cessation of suffering, by eliminating the root causes of suffering, which are ignorance, attachment, and aversion. This can be done by following the Noble Eightfold Path, which consists of right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. In Jainism, karma is the subtle matter that binds the soul, or jiva, to the cycle of rebirth, or samsara. According to Jain scriptures, every living being has a pure and perfect soul that is obscured by the karmic particles that are attracted by one's actions, emotions, thoughts, and desires. Karma can be classified into 8 types, 4 of which affect the quality of one's life, such as happiness, health, lifespan, and status, and 4 of which affect the nature of one's soul, such as perception, knowledge, power, and personality. Karma can also be divided into 2 categories, binding and non-binding, depending on whether they produce new karmic particles or not. Binding karma is caused by attachment and aversion, while non-binding karma is caused by detachment and equanimity. The aim of Jainism is to achieve liberation, or moksha, from the cycle of samsara, by shedding all the karmic particles and attaining the innate qualities of the soul, such as bliss, omniscience, and omnipotence. This can be done by following the 3 jewels of Jainism, which are right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. In Sikhism, karma is the law of action and reaction that determines one's destiny. Like Hinduism and Buddhism, Sikhism also believes in the cycle of rebirth, or samsara, but with a different perspective. For Sikhs, there is one supreme soul, or Waheguru, that pervades the entire creation, and every living being has a spark of that soul within them. The spark of the soul is covered by the layers of ego, ignorance, and illusion, which cause one to act in selfish and sinful ways. These actions create karma, which binds one to the cycle of samsara and causes suffering and pain. The purpose of Sikhism is to realize one's true identity as the soul and merge with Waheguru, or the ultimate reality. This can be done by following the teachings of the 10 Sikh gurus who revealed the divine message of love, service, equality, and justice. The main practices of Sikhism are the recitation of the name of Waheguru, the singing of the hymns of the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy scripture of Sikhism, and the observance of the 5 Ks, the symbols of Sikh identity. In Taoism, karma is the natural law of balance and harmony that governs the universe. Unlike the other religions and philosophies, Taoism does not have a concept of rebirth or samsara, but rather a view of life as a continuous cycle of change and transformation. For Taoists, there is a primordial energy, or qi, that flows through all things and creates the diversity and complexity of the world. The qi is regulated by two opposing and complementary forces, yin and yang, which represent the feminine and masculine, the passive and active, the dark and light, and the negative and positive aspects of reality. Karma is the result of the interaction of yin and yang, which creates harmony or disharmony, order or chaos, health or disease, and fortune or misfortune. The goal of Taoism is to achieve harmony with the Tao, or the Way, which is the source and essence of all things. This can be done by following the principles of Wu Wei, or non-action, which means acting in accordance with the natural flow of things, and Ziran, or naturalness, which means being true to one's nature and avoiding artificiality and pretense. Karma is a concept that has been used by various religions and philosophies to explain the relationship between one's actions and their consequences, both in this life and in future lives. Karma can be seen as a moral law, a natural law, or a cosmic law, depending on the perspective and the context. Karma can also be seen as a way of understanding oneself and one's place in the world, as well as a way of achieving happiness, peace, and liberation. Karma can be a source of inspiration, motivation, and guidance, as well as a source of challenge, responsibility, and accountability. Karma can be a tool for personal growth, spiritual development, and social transformation. Karma can be a word that has many meanings, but one message: what you do matters.